So, a little over 11 years ago, Big Daddy, and Big Daddy, a lot of people call him God. I call him Big Daddy because he's big and he's my daddy. His name is Yahweh, and he is magnificent. A little over 11 years ago, he just wouldn't leave me alone. He kept saying, down here, come sit with me, come sit with me, come sit with me, come sit with me. And that was all I was getting. So one day, in this very chair, a little over 11 years ago, got up early, nobody awake but me, took my Bible, set it in my lap, sat in this chair, and I said, okay, I'm sitting with you. What do we do now? And he took my favorite verse in the whole Bible, and he said, go there. I went there, and wow, he started unveiling it to me. It's Psalm 91:1. He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. And I stopped right there, and like a little child, I asked him a question. I said, wait a minute. He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I said, Daddy, you are clothed with light. You're emitting light and power and love in every direction. How could you cast a shadow? And this is how he explained it to me. He said, for those little children who choose to come into my place, my secret place, and dwell with me, they get to abide in the shadow of the Almighty. See, I'm not the Almighty. I gave all my authority and all my force, all my power to the Messiah, the King, who is seated beside me. It's like, okay. As he is seated beside me, there's a place beside him that is a shadowed place. And I was like, wow. So those of us little children, because you got to humble yourself like a little child and not have anything to get in there. Those of us who will humble ourselves like little children and turn our heart toward him and set ourselves to sit with him, he allows us to come into that shadow of the Messiah, seated beside Big Daddy, Yahweh, the Most High, the Elyon. Can you imagine what that must be like? Have you ever been there? It's a place of wisdom being unveiled. It's a place of the mysteries of his kingdom being revealed. And we as little children, you know how little children are. They'll ask a million questions. Well, that's what we do. We go to the secret place of the Most High and get in that shadowed spot, hugged up real close with the Father and the Son, and like little children, ask him questions. I asked him questions about the dinosaurs one time, and what he explained was, wow. It was wow. I ask him all kind of questions. He likes it when we ask him questions. And that word, dwells, he who dwells in the secret, concealed, hidden place of the Elyon, the Most High, that word dwells is Yashab. Wow. And if you dig into that word, Yashab, it just opens up a whole new realm of what it means to have a heart after him. So, a little over a year ago, in this secret place time that I now sit with him every morning, I missed one day last year. It broke my heart. But a little over a year ago, he revealed to me that for decades, son, you knew about me. You did the religious box thing. You were raised in one denomination, and then you transferred to another denomination, and then you transferred to a third denomination, and they all thought they were right, and everybody else was wrong. And you knew about me. But for the past 10 years, sitting with me, you have gotten to know me. He said, now I want you to learn to walk with me. Whoa. That was a little exciting. It was a little scary. And after that meeting that morning, after that dwelling, that yashabing in the secret place, in subsequent devotion times at the first part of my day, he started revealing what it would cost. He said, people around you that don't need to be part of you will be sloughed off. Thoughts and ideas will be sloughed off. Your desires, your wants, your needs will be sloughed off of you, because those things will not walk with me. And sure enough, the sloughing off started happening. He also revealed to me that you have to understand that when the Messiah the King was crucified, torturous death on that cross, that I was crucified with him. I'm dead. I can sit here and work on the old man all I want to and not get very far. That's what I did for decades. I knew about him, and I was trying to work on the old man that was dead, nailed to a cross. But now he's teaching me how to walk with him. He showed me a little baby learning to walk. You know how little babies, they'll get to where they can stand up, and then they'll take one step, maybe two, and bam, just fall straight down right on their hind end, and it looks like it's hurting. I'm like, oh man, if I did that, I'd be in the hospital. But these little babies just laugh, get right back up, take a step, 2, 3, bam! They're learning to walk, but it's joyous. Even when they fall, it doesn't hurt. They like it. And you know what? they get back up and they walk some more. It's awesome. You got to realize the old man is dead. And you just clothe yourself with the new man. And now I'm learning how to let my spirit man rule my soul. That's powerful. That's been just the past few weeks. I've been learning how my spirit, the new man, can override and be in control of my soul realm. If you're not his, stop. Turn your heart toward him. He's looking for those who are looking for him. Just stop. Turn your heart toward him and tell him you want to sit with him. You want to know him. Maybe you've been going to services all your life, but you're realizing you know about him, but you don't really know him. Stop. Turn your heart. Let him know. I want to know you. I want to understand your mysteries. I want to yashab in the secret place, in that shadow. I want to learn of you. I want to understand your wisdom. Wow. Stop. Turn. Enter into the secret place. Get to know him and learn to walk with him. It's awesome. Changes everything. This is the well message of the kingdom. I don't know why they translated that word into gospel. I always heard gospel is the good news, and it's good news, but the literal translation of that word that was translated gospel of the kingdom is much better translated the well message of the kingdom. This is the well message of the kingdom. This is the message that makes all things well. Isn't that what the Messiah did? He said, I am the way. The way to where? I am the door. The door that goes to where? Into the secret place. When he went, he did what he saw the Father do. He had to spend time in communication and oneness with the Father. He had to see what the Father was doing. So then when he went out into the world system, he did what he saw the Father do. He only said what he heard the Father say. When did he hear the Father say? In the secret place. He had to spend a lot of time in communion, in oneness, in echad with his Father, the Most High, the Elyon, to know how to operate in the world system. He is the way. He is our example. It's really not hard. But first, you have to have a heart to know the Father. I mean, when the Messiah taught us a prayer outline, it starts, Our Father. hour. That means when we come to the Father in prayer to hear His voice, to understand His mysteries, we're coming as the family, as one part of the family, but we're acknowledging the family, the oneness, the unity, not a bunch of religious boxes. There are all kind of flavors of Christianity, all kind of flavors of Judaism, all kind of flavors of Islam. There are all kind of flavors of religious boxes all over the place. Come out of the box. Stop. Turn your heart. If you look for Him, to know Him, He's looking for you to reveal Himself to you. Wow. Come out of her, my people. Come out of the box. Start your day in the secret place of the Most High. Dwell in the shadow of the Almighty. Ask Him questions like a little child and fully expect to have answers. Even about dinosaurs. It's so joy-filling. You just come into a restful, peaceful place. And when you come out of there, you are ready to be salt and light to those that you run into in this world system. There's another word that was translated church. Literal translation of that word is called out ones. Big Daddy's dimensionality is above us. We're here in the world system, and He's calling out to those who will respond and look for Him, to get to know Him. We are the called out ones. We come out of this world system by going into a room alone, closing the door, locking the door, turning our heart toward Him, and we get to enter into that secret place right where He is. We're the little children of the Most High. We're the called out ones. And when we finish our devotion time with Him at the beginning of the day, the first fruit of the day, then we come back here to the world system and we get to add a little bit of flavor. We get to walk around as lights. You know, when you're walking around having spent the first part of your day with Big Daddy, it's a good possibility somebody will see you and just go. They may not even say anything to you. They just may go, wow, that person glows. That person has something. I wish I knew what it was. It's like they're a light. That's our job. His burden is easy. His yoke is easy. His burden is light. Stop. Turn. Sit. Come back. Be salt. Be light. Tomorrow, do it again. It's awesome. This is the well message of the kingdom of the Father. This is the message that makes all things well. This is the message to the called out ones in this day. This is a moed day. This is a set, appointed time. The bride is about to begin to make herself ready. We'll be gathering all over the world together. This generation is referred to in the Hebrew scriptures as the inquiring one generation, made up of inquiring ones, little children of the Most High that love to ask him questions. It's simple. It's almost too simple. Not a bunch of religious box rules. Just humble yourself like a little child. Go sit with Daddy. Adore him. And adore him adoring you. The joy is unfathomable. I mean, words can't describe the joy that comes out of that meeting every morning. I'm not asking you to try it. I'm asking you to do it. Bump my mic. Do it. The first time I did it, it was awesome. Then I waited 3 or 4 days before I did it again. And it was awesome. Then I waited another 3 or 4 days before I did it again. And it was awesome. Set my day. Now, the days I skipped, the day set me. But then I felt like I needed to do it every 2 or 3 days, and then every other day. And I got to where I did it 2 or 3 days in a row, and it was like, wow, wow, wow days. And then I did it every day for a week, and it was magnificent. And now, after 11 years of sitting with him and getting to know him, I missed one day last year, and I remember it vividly. Vividly. This is the message that makes all things well. How would you like to be well? Spirit, soul, body. How would you like to have a new perspective on finances, your children, your career? Ask him questions. 2 great questions. Thank you, Graham Cook. 2 great questions when something pops up. Daddy, what does this mean? And what must I do? He loves it when we ask him that. Oh, here's a problem. Here's a stumbling block. Here's a doors closing everywhere. What does this mean, Daddy? And what must I do? Simple, humble, little child question. And then, bam, here comes wisdom coupled with understanding. Oh. Wisdom is great. There's 3 kinds of wisdom. There's Big Daddy's wisdom, there's man's wisdom, and there's the wisdom that originates in darkness. We like to operate in man's wisdom. We'll argue about our wisdom is better than your wisdom. You're wrong, I'm right. Man's wisdom. Darkness wisdom. Woo. Not even worth talking about. But when you hear Big Daddy's wisdom, it has so much weight to it. It just makes you go, whoa. One short sentence of Big Daddy's wisdom, coupled with his understanding. Wow, that's treasure. That's treasure that cannot be compared to in anything this world system has to offer. Dump truck loads of 99.99% pure gold coins. Dump truck loads cannot even remotely compare to Big Daddy's wisdom when he unveils it for you and you see it with his understanding, the gift of understanding. Stop, turn, secret place. Start your day. The well message of the kingdom. The message that makes all things well. Shalom.